Okay, welcome to another 10 minutes. We are starting standing. So if you're sitting down, up you get. Bring your feet the distance of your hip bones. So that's quite close, but not touching. We're bending our knees as we lift the arms up to the sky. We're rolling down through our spine slowly. We're releasing the arms. Keep the knees bent and roll back up the spine to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head lifts. Take a breath in, raise the arms up. A little back bend, squeeze your bottoms. Bring the palms together as you bend the knees. And again, coil down through your spine. This little standing cat-cow warm through. Let the hands drape down. And again, roll up your spine with soft knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head lifts. Arms rise. A little further in your back bend, breath in. Hands together, bend the knees, coil back down. Slow, feel into each vertebrae of your spine. As you roll up the spine, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head lifts, arms rise a little further in your back bend, squeeze your bottom. And then come to stand, hands lower down through the center. Take your feet a little wider apart so they're the distance of your shoulders. Soften your knees just a little. Let your pelvis drop, your belly relax. Breathe slow and low into the space above your belly button. We're going to start to swing the arms a little from side to side. And as you swing the arms, let them drape around the body. Let them feel some contact. And you can start to bring a little bounce into the knees. Find your rhythm. And obviously, don't go whacking yourself with your arms, but the arms might move with a little more intention around the body and they might create contact. You can hear that in my voice as I'm draping my arms around my torso. And maybe get a little more swing into this as you feel a little warmer. Keep it quite soft though. You might even turn from side to side. Breathe steadily. You know what I'm going to say. In and out through the nose. And depending on how you're feeling, might get a little more boisterous with the movement, a little more confident. You might keep it quite soft, and gentle and nurturing. Just feel in. It's your practice. Feel in. How would you like to move today? Last few moments here, because we have only got 10 minutes. It goes really quick, 10 minutes. Let the movement get smaller. Let the movements get smaller. And eventually it becomes a little soft tap from side to side. And then bring the arms either side of you. We're going to go into wild horse. I love wild horse. It's a real wake up and tingling of the limbs. So imagine I've got you by the soles of your feet and you're laying on the floor and I'm jiggling you backwards and forwards. Let the movement emanate from the soles of the feet. So start to let the body shake a little. Again, keep it soft and the arms away from the body. And with that rippling effect, with that shaking effect, coming up from the earth herself, let the body start to shake with this. And try and be as loose as you can. Try and let your muscles be as loose as they can. Let everything jiggle around, everything jiggle around. And you might even be able to feel your organs kind of moving and shimmering a little bit here. Just keep going. Again, keep the breath steady. Breathe into the space above the belly button. Keep expelling that shaking from the ground upwards. Breathe as much as you can through the nose. Keep going, last few moments here. Now again, we're not just going to come to a stop. We're going to slow down. We're going to slow down. And then eventually be in stillness. Now feel in. What do you feel in your fingers? In the palms of the hands, maybe even in the thighs. Some of you might feel tingling, static, electricity. Just feel into that for a moment. And we're going to take a big stretch. So lift the arms up, breath in. Exhale, forward fold, and bring the feet a little closer together now. Stay in your forward fold and bend your right knee deeply. Come onto the right tiptoes and let the left leg lengthen. And then swap legs, do the same to the left. So bend the left knee deeply, rise onto the left tiptoes and let your right leg lengthen. And return the heel. We're going to do a similar movement, but we're going to walk our hands over to the right side of the mat and bend your left knee, rising onto your left tiptoes. Breathe slow and steady. Remember, you don't have to touch the floor. You might have your hands on your shin or your yoga brick to bring you up higher. Come back into center and over to the left as you bend your right knee deeply, rising onto your right tiptoes. Again, keep feeling into the height that you want to bring your hands. Come back into center. We're stepping this back into downward facing dog. Step your feet to the back of the mat, hands to the front. We're going to rise onto our tiptoes and roll ourselves forwards. Come into a plank position very briefly, just to bring our knees back to the mat. Release your toe joints. Walk your hands further in front of you. Engage through the gluteals. Give your bottom a squeeze as you take your pelvis down and your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. And then shoot the arms out in front and to the corners of your mat to lift up into a soft seal pose. Let the elbows lift and the arms straighten. Bring your head back in space. Keep your legs alive so they've got tone. And then lower back to the mat. Bring your forearms one on top of the mat. So your forearms out in front. Lift your chest. Breathe steady. And then splay the elbows out to the sides. Bring your hands down by the sides of you. Push into your hands. Bring your sit bones to your heels and stretch your arms out in front. We're going to rise and dome the spine. So rising up to hands and knees, dome the back of the body. And then arch your spine as you bring both elbows down to the mat. Splay your elbows out to the sides, your hands into the center, and let your forehead move towards the earth. Some of you might want a little more in your stretch and let your chin and your chest move towards the earth. Let you decide. Come back into center, press on your arms, push your hands to the mat, dome your spine, take your sit bones back to your heels. One last time, as we roll up the spine, lift it all the way up. Bring your elbows and your forearms back to the mat. Take your elbows wide, fingertips towards each other, forehead or chest to the earth. As much as you can, encourage your knees and your hips to be stacked in line. None of these things are over important, they're just nice, and they do move into parts of yoga alignment. Now push into the hands, press yourself back one last time into our child's pose. Bring your arms by the sides of you. Take a breath into the back of the lungs and a breath out. And then roll up your spine. Let the head lift. Make your way to your comfortable seat. Relax your belly. Take a breath in, lift your arms. And as you breathe out, bring the hands through the center. Press your thumbs to your sternum. Bow your head to your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let your eyes open if they're closed. Well done. Another 10 minutes of movement. You're doing brilliant. Just carry on and I'll see you again.